Maybe.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Content Chopshop, where we dig into content that sells. And we've got with us today Ron Cool, Corey Carter from Hindsight Hacking Media. Welcome, guys. And we've got the Biz Bros, Lewis and the Fonzie. Kick the trash can, do the points. Let's get into it. So,
what's going on?
Jimbo.
We get the myself. Jim Midbeard. We're going to get there. I'm taking my vitamins, my nutrients. We're going to get up there.
Wrong one.
Anyway, let's get into the show. So the first up, we have The Good.
Oh, they're good. Ooh, baby.
Or at least supposed good.
Oh, no, I don't have a good. I have the stopper, the chop in the end. That is all I have.
Details. Let's get into it.
All right, and that is the ultimate funnel. All you need to get new clients.
You do not need a funnel to get new clients.
It took me a long time.
And if your business is trapped under 20K a month, you shouldn't be spending your time and money building a funnel either. In fact, it probably is slowing you down. So we just released a brand new strategy for coaches, consultants, freelancers, agency owners, how they can get new high-ticket clients on demand without funnels, without webinars, without podcasts. In fact, it's the same strategy that launched our 8-figure consulting empire. And we've taught it to more than 3,000 of our clients who are using it even now to build their own businesses. So say goodbye to all of this junk and say hello to your brand new clients. Click below to check out the invisible anti-funnel today.
Well, so
All right, so I actually disagree. I think that ad sucked.
I'm with you, Jim, and I'll explain why I think.
I'm going to say...
Yeah, I think that actually should have gone under the negatory. Not so great. First off, that guy was bland as hell. And as far as like their jokes, the jokes just missed. And writing on the board sometimes works if you're that charismatic. And I just feel like it just wasn't there. I wanted it to end so badly.
That's why I said,
Yeah.
I felt it was definitely in the wrong category. It should have been a...
Yeah,
the German techno music.
The guy with his weird vest and odd facial hair. So it was strange to me. I didn't care anything about what they were saying. I was just watching him.
Yeah.
So
it was not believable.
I'll say, like, messaging side, I think it could be like a half-ass, just because like they're positioning themselves against all this stuff. Now, I know fun, but the no is because, well, we've had success through freaking podcasting and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna be his target market, right? Like, so I don't know.
Yeah. So go ahead, Fonzie. Go ahead.
Corey, you take it away, Corey.
No, you go, because I have something good to say about it. So I'll let you finish.
Same. I'm with you, Corey. You know, coincidence enough?
You guys are like
the same person. What? So my opinion first. I've clicked on that ad. I mean, ironic, they sell through a funnel, their invisible funnel, which, yes, I think it is funny. But I actually bought that, right? And I've been through the invisible funnel thing. Yeah, that they do.
Oh, cool.
Trader. And it's a very low ticket offer. What they teach, I think, is pretty awesome, right? It's literally just like how to get people on phone calls through posting on social media. But for me, I think the messaging was great because he says probably this funnel is slowing you down, and I feel one of the number one pains of people that are building funnels is, am I doing it good enough? When is it ready to be launched, right? And they always try to make it perfect and perfect and perfect, and they never end up launching. So he's like, this is slowing you down. This is a quick solution of what you need. For me, I did find ironically that they sold it through a funnel, but again, it's a low ticket program, right? So there's no really need to get people on the phone. And at the end of the day, if you're getting people on the phone too, that's part of the funnel, right? You are just being the funnel at the end of the day. So I think they're talking to people that are not as experienced. They don't really know what a funnel is, right? They think the funnel is just the click funnel ones that is like landing page, sales page, checkout page. But yeah, be the funnel. So that's my opinion. Corey, take it away.
Yes. So it's funny. The ad was a little boring. And if I didn't know Traffic and Funnels, the business, or the owners of the business, I might have been a little bit boring, or thought it was boring as well, and not as interested. But at the end of the day, I like the fact that he was literally like, this is for you if, right, coaches, like, I mean, he just spelled out exactly who it's for. And so if you don't have a funnel and you're thinking, I can't start until I have my funnel, or I can't start until I have my podcast, like, yes, that message is for me. And honestly, it's a fantastic funnel if you actually click on it. So it's a great funnel. And then, Taylor Welch, he has 2 podcasts or 3 podcasts, one by himself, one about real estate, and one for their business. They have hundreds of funnels because their ultimate thing is they get you on a low ticket, and then they try to get you on the phone for their high ticket over and over and over and over again. And so I like the whole concept of it because I know all the stuff on the back end. Not that it would have been not that it's a good ad for somebody that doesn't necessarily know what's going on, though.
But would people have stayed to get the content, or would they have just checked out? Like I was like, check out.
So here's for me, right? Like, and again, when maybe I wasn't paying attention earlier. I didn't really know what's happening on some funnels. But here's the thing: like, people buy emotionally and then they justify rationally, right? So I'm very emotional about the podcast because that's what changed everything for us.
He cries all the time.
Same.
I do. I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of it. Okay. But when he says like no pod, I was like, done to now. Like, I don't sync with that message. So it wasn't for me, right? Like that's the thing. And that was the emotional Luis experiencing that ad, right? It's like when Steve is the Capitals pig, right? For example, and people that don't sync with that message, you're going to be like, you're the devil, right? And same thing with this specific ad. I've seen other ads that resonate with me, kind of like the salespeople that he walks out in the office and it's like, and he grabs a guy, stuff like that. But because of that reason, I totally saw that out from the emotional level, and that's it. So I tuned out. That's why. What's your vote? Bad or good?
My view on it is they went for a joke and the joke didn't land. So remove the joke.
Yeah.
So
just remove the joke altogether. If it doesn't land, take the joke out, do it as a serious whiteboard, get the information across. I think it would have landed much better with me if they didn't go for the joke, because some people just aren't that funny, and that's okay. Be serious about it and just get down to the nitty gritty of it. You're talking to the right people. You have the right CTA. Get it done that way. But if you go for the joke and it misses, could suck.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if Corey, you probably know this because, if you've been aware of Traffic and Funnels, but they actually changed the persona that they have in the ads. First, it was the founder, Trevor. He was the one in all the ads. Then they had this other guy that he used to have like the glasses. I think he was like their director of marketing or ads, something like that. And now they change it to this new guy. So it's kind of like pretty cool to see a transition, but you can see like the persona is not. I agree, like it wasn't funny personally, but I do think like the copy on it, like the message behind it, I think it was pretty powerful thing. New guy's not
New-
funny. Right, the new guy's not funny.
You guys not funny.
You should hire me. I am funny.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some people think we're funny.
Lewis can deliver.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the next one.
Let's do it.
4 complete marketing courses for $4 at franksnewoffer.com. franksnewoffer.com. This is fancy. You ready? Check it out. Dude.
That was it. That's a Frank Kern special right there.
Just that to me is pure gold, man.
So I saw the behind the
Literally a slide deck that he's clicking through while filming it with his phone.
Yeah, I think I saw he did like a little behind the scenes on that, or I don't know if he turned that into another ad, but it was literally him saying like, "Oh, look at these 4 slides," and then he turns and he has on the other screen the ClickFunnels data where it shows the sales, and I was like, I just made $2,000 out of it, you know. So I was like, good point.
And Frank Kern has sold millions of dollars with slides, and it still blows my mind.
It was a perfect example of done was better than perfect than that one. Like who else would have done that? There's no one else that would have felt comfortable doing that.
Right.
And he did it. He proved a point that just get something out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think Frank Kern has enough of an authority to where people just see his name, you're already engaged because he's put that work in ahead of time for his brand. So I think that also plays into it too, because if one of us did that and was just like, check out our new slide deck, I mean, it may hit, it may not hit. If we infuse humor into it, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like more than likely it wouldn't land as well as we want. Yeah.
That's it. He has a lot of, is what you said. Like he is, you know, he already established his brand. People know what to expect. He's funny. The people that follow him, they love him, right? I feel like if one of us would do it, like we would get a lot of hate, right?
Yeah.
I think it would potentially convert well, just because it's different, right? It is very different to what other people do. But I think he doesn't get the hate just because the people that follow him absolutely love him, and he's well established in the space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
it's definitely one that I think he's because of the name for sure. Like it doesn't do anything for me, but then you're like, oh, the name, you know, maybe.
Yeah.
I need to make that an active email account.
Yeah. Ron, you're definitely funny. You could pull that off. I think also like his message, what he preached.
Freeze frame. Freeze frame. Freeze frame.
We did not like Luis's statement, so we kicked him out of the conversation.
We're cold-blooded. Damn.
Biz Bros got fired from the Chop Shop.
Perfect. And it's a great pose for them too.
It's
I wanna
great.
make that like a poster.
Wait,
I'm gonna take a screenshot. Hold on.
What did you say, Fonzie? And he's like, I know, right? All right, well, hopefully they come back, but we're going to play the next video here. So, this is the next one. Is it going to play? There we go. That's it. It just goes over and over again. Let's do the cutaway. What do you think?
let's go to business.
Hey, welcome back, guys.
Sorry, guys, my
It
computer.
was a Bros Pros.
His computer pulled a Jim Beard computer move.
Oh, I like that. You gonna put it on me? All right.
Yeah, it was like,
That's cool. Direct all hate mail. Oh, so good. All right. So, Biz Bros, do we need to see the video again, or did you guys catch it?
No, we didn't catch
We
it.
did not catch it.
All right,
You didn't miss much.
that is it. That's all she wrote.
I thought you said you didn't have anything for the bad.
Yeah.
Because
Hold on.
Hold on.
Awesome. Awesome.
How's the copy on that?
Oh, we got a lot of good stuff today. Blah blah blah.
What does it say on the copy? Or
What's it say on the copy? On the copy, it says
Because like
2-minute backstory of how we generated 2.7 million from a free Facebook group in 2020. Back in 2015, Stapes and I never even knew each other, but we had a mutual mentor. Dun dun dun.
I mean,
It's heavy copy. It's a lot.
it's a long form copy.
yeah.
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think it's visually interesting, but it doesn't connect. I think if they connected it somehow to a game or to, I don't even know where else you would go other than a game. You know, if they had it to where they're gamifying groups or something like that, I feel like you can make that connection. Other than that, it's just something cool to look at, and I keep scrolling. I wouldn't even look at the text to read on further. I just go, oh, that was pretty cool, and you just travel on, because there was no CTA. There's no like check out the copy or check out the above to learn about our story or anything like that. It was just, this is cool looking.
I thought it was cool. I wanted more of it. I wouldn't have read it myself. I expected them to go, if they're going to do a video game type of feel, like go more into it. Like after the main mini course, have like little icons doing stuff or saying something about what it is. Don't just end it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in my head, I'm trying to go through like who are they actually going for, right? Like I don't know if it's like this is a community play or if it's a branding play. Like it's really hard for me to do it. Like I've heard about them. Not sure if I'm enough indoctrinated to know exactly what they're going for. And I'm that guy that I would never probably read that, right? Fonzie would because he's passionate about that stuff. I'm very visual. Like I'm a very slow reader. So to me, did not resonate whatsoever. I will probably just keep scrolling after like it ended. I'm like, oh, cool. To me, he definitely does. To me, it felt more of a branding play than anything else, like awareness, right? That might be the play. I don't know.
Yeah. Corey,
there was no like, I know you mentioned this already, but there was no call to action, but it didn't tell me who it was for. It didn't tell me anything, right? And so that whole client's community, it means absolutely zero. So like, that's the whole thing. Like you've got to get some kind of engagement to make someone want to go read the copy. So I do read as well. I'm with Fonzie, but I would never read that because it didn't even give me one clue as to why I should read it.
Yeah. Interesting. I think I'm on a different page than everybody else in here.
Dang it, come on.
I'm not on the same side. Oh no.
Fonzie's a customer.
Get challenged. So, this is the thing. Like, I think they're going for a very specific type of person, and that person, they want someone that is actually going to read that. And once they read it, they're probably going to be so engaged to a point that they want to know more, that they want to do that, right? I do think the ad itself, the video, okay, so I think the video, it does a very good job at cutting through the noise, if you want to put it that way, and at getting for you to, it's a scroll stopper, right? Like, okay, let me see what.
I think it plays as a scroll stopper. One hit.
Hey, exactly. So I do think it does the job well. For it to convert, is people reading that. I'm probably, I'm going to say that their strategy is probably to retarget people that stop and look at the video with another video, right? And I know I'm part of their group. I know to get in their group, when you click on an ad, it doesn't take you straight to their group. It actually takes you into a landing page that has a button that says
Go to the
click
group.
here to go to the group. So when you go to the page, now they have extra data on you saying, I'm interested, right? And now they can retarget just on people that have been on this landing page, which I think is pretty genius, right? And then once they are in the group, they have like weekly trainings and stuff like that. But that being said, I think the ad is meant for someone that's actually going to read everything. And I don't honestly think they care about using that ad as conversion per se.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
under that point of view, right? Like a lot of things, like our shows, right? Like we're interested to the people that are going to listen to our shows, our message, right? So it might not resonate with us. There might be some elements here and there, but at the end of the day, that the message is enough. You don't really, add me to that scroller. That's not for me either. But the same, like they're utilizing the message to be the filter.
Yeah.
I will have to see the back end to see if it actually works or not, but I'm not a fan.
I think they probably rely so much on that you need 7 to 12 touch points to, make a conversion, that their goal probably is we just want to show up in people's faces a lot. They probably have a few pieces of long form copy that they rotate within their ads. And as long as you see them multiple times, you're going to be like, who are these guys that are always in my feed? Let me check it out. And then they go and you click and you join the group and they get you.
Jim got mad.
Jim didn't want to see the back end. He's like, I'm out.
I know. Don't let my wife see that.
Here, hold on.
What?
Where'd he go?
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder
the computer
did his computer collapse too?
I love it. I mean, I would love to hear your opinion, guys, on let the message be a filter. For us, that resonated so much, and it gave us permission to actually be ourselves and go out and do what we felt we needed to do, right? Because before that, we were like, oh man, is this a correct way or is this the correct way? They're both the correct way. If you execute, I feel like. Jim, welcome back.
Hey, Opa.
But now that Jim is back, we can leave that up. Talk later.
All right. Yeah, you guys can stop talking smack now. I'm back.
We were talking. Have you even seen his beer? What beer?
Back
into the next one. All right.
Let's do it.
Share my screen. Share.
He's like, share my screen. Look at my beard there real quick.
Look at my beard again. All right, let's do it. Got it. Go.
Hey, I've been getting a very common question over and over again, and it's been, Steve, I have this new online business, and it's cool because we got cash coming, but then it kind of dies down and then leaves. How do I actually make something sustainable? How do we turn this into a real business? And it's a common question. We kind of get similar ones, and that one right there has been getting more and more sent to us. So instead of DMing everybody and responding, we thought that we would just throw a free online virtual event. And so we went and I asked 30 internet successful marketer, entrepreneur, business people who have sustainable businesses, hey, how did you make that transition between idea to actually a sustainable thing? So it's free. All the details are down below. And what it'll do is it'll give you the opportunity to see how other entrepreneurs solve that problem so they can actually depend a little bit more on the actual baby that they've been creating. So I don't want you to be stuck in that anymore. So go down below, grab all the details down below, and we'll see you on the free virtual event. Bye.
All right. What do we think? So virtual summits, there's so many people doing virtual summits right now. It's a very, very popular thing, obviously. So what do you think? Does that land for you guys? Does that get interest for you guys?
So it's directed to his people, right?
Yep.
So that's one. It's quote unquote, people have been asking him about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's comes across very personal to you. So
Okay.
I think what he's trying to do is it's his group. He's bringing his group into it. So I think it hit exactly what he was trying to hit.
Okay.
Yeah, when I saw it, I legit thought that was his story. So,
So maybe that's it, right? Maybe it looks like It should be
Yeah.
a story. So it's like, okay, this is just one of his normal stories.
For me, it made me go back. And then obviously because we've been with him for quite a while, then I skipped it because I knew exactly where he was going. I was like,
You want to do it again?
I've seen this. Maybe. Wink, wink.
Do it again.
No, we gotta do it again. All right, let me do it again.
Here we go.
A very common, and it's been Steve, I have this new online business, and it's cool because we got cash coming, but then it kind of dies down and leaves. How do I actually make something sustainable? How do we turn this into a real business? And it's a common question. We kind of get similar ones, and that one right there has been getting more and more sent to us. So instead of DMing everybody and responding, we thought that we would just throw like a online virtual event. And so I asked 30 internet successful marketer, entrepreneur, business people who have sustainable businesses, hey, how did you make that transition between idea to actually a sustainable thing? So it's free. All the details are down below. And what it'll do is it'll give you the opportunity to see how other entrepreneurs solve that problem so they can actually depend a little bit more on the actual baby that they've been creating. So I don't want you to be stuck in that anymore. So go down below, grab all the details down below, and we'll see you on the free virtual event. Bye.
All right.
Was that a new one? Or is that an old?
This has been running since October.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think kind of just to add on what I think Ron was saying, it felt personal. It felt like, hey, this is for you. This is not for me. Like, I'm trying to help you because you've been asking me. So this is for you, and I want to help you. Like, that's kind of the feeling that I got from it. I never actually saw that ad before, and I know he just had a paid event that just recently.
Off the Launchpad, yeah.
But yeah, I think it felt like it was personal, connected, and he was out to help me. So if I was in need of that information, then it would be a perfect fit.
So could someone else that's not a Steve Larson do that? Or do you think that it plays into his status?
No, I think it's if you have a tribe of people and that's going to your story and they're going to see it because they're your tribe of people. I think anybody that has a group can do that.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree with Ron 100%. I think like if you have a community, no matter how big it is, there might be some questions that are similar in that community, right? In their head, at least, like if they haven't physically sent the question, in their head, that's going around. So it's going to feel personal no matter what. So I agree with you on that one.
Nice. All right, let's get into the next one from Papa G.
Papa G.
The little guy gets incurred. Oh my God, 1.5% returns on a money market. You're wrong, okay? The little guy gets to buy a house, which is prison, invest money in an IRA, which is abandonment of your money, puts money in a Keo you won't see for 40 years, invest in a stock market that is no more than a casino. A REIT should be against the law to call a freaking piece of stock paper a real estate investment. Trust me, Section 8, carry a gun with you, man. It's a government collection deal. Everybody gets screwed in this deal. 4 units will never make you enough money, and leaving your money at the bank is a suicide game that takes about 8 years. My name's Grant Cardone. The fund's called Cardone Capital. We will change. I guarantee you, I'm a disruptor. I've been a disruptor. I got disruptive in my DNA, and I'm going to disrupt Wall Street. I'm going to disrupt all this bullshit that traps the little guy from ever being free.
All right. Papa G in the house.
Yeah.
He's aggressive.
Show of hands who follows, who likes him.
I mean, it depends on the day. It's sometimes. Sometimes.
I did until a story, but I don't know if I could share the story. I didn't like it.
You should share the story, but I'll tell my quick. I don't like Grant Cardone. I don't like the way he talks, the way he speaks. Like, I don't love listening to anything, and I would usually fast forward it or skip it just because of him and how I feel. But I freaking love that ad. And if we weren't here, I would have not watched it because it was him. But I definitely, I'm a little guy. I don't want to play in the casino, right? I don't want to be trapped in Section 8. You know what I mean? Like, I love that message.
Yeah, I think
Interesting.
is super fear based, right? People make decisions to get out of fear, right? Go towards pleasure. We've been dealing with some of the clients are real estate, and I think that's why I got that ad like in front of my face, and we're like, man, now that we understand this, like, I don't want to go to jail. Hell, like, so I legit watched the whole thing, and not that I'm investing in real estate at some point.
You watch a 4-hour webinar and then you're like, oh wow, not even.
Yeah, I'm not even here. But
Well,
the fear, I love the headline and all the stuff around it.
Yeah. So
I
do
think what's
tell the
interesting
story?
is you have to know a certain degree of terminology to understand what's a REIT.
Yeah.
Talking
Yep.
about Wall Street terminology. Those are people that are already in his niche and already in his world a little bit. I feel like that have had some exposure to that, to know that terminology. So he's speaking to a very targeted audience.
Yeah.
Do I tell the story, Corey?
Yeah.
All right. So what was this? Like 2 months ago? 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Let's put this up. Let's just put this up because this goes with my story. It's perfect. And at the end of the day, everyone that works for him is a tool. Period. End of story. I don't really care if you work for him. That's my opinion. This is why.
That's my new job, Ron.
Well, you're a tool. I apologize. So here's the deal. I'm driving and I get a phone number and it came up Grant Cardone. I was like, what the hell is that? Right? Because I didn't give the guy my phone number. I didn't sign up for anything. I follow him. Not sure how he got my phone number because my phone number is not anywhere. Okay. So let's just start that there. So I answered the phone and the guy instantly sells me on his $25,000 thing. Like
Right
without
out the gate. Like that's the first thing you said.
out of the
25.
gate.
Damn.
Out of the gate. And I go, no. I was like, no. And he goes, well, don't you follow him? Mm-hmm. Can I ask you something? Yeah. Why the F do you follow him? But he didn't just say F. And I was like, well, why don't you tell him I F and don't, and hung up the phone. But literally, that was the phone call.
Wow.
So is that the sales techniques they're teaching in Grand Cardone U?
Yeah.
This is where you drop the F-bomb.
Yeah.
And so right out the gate, you're offering them 25K.
This is
so
what-
that way, when
this
they
is what I
say
was
no,
gonna-
you go right to the 20K.
I mean,
Okay?
what?
Pound them, pound them, pound them.
I'm
Yeah, no, literally,
Yeah.
it was out of the gate 25,000. There was no like, it was just
no,
25,000, and I was
Wow.
just like, wow.
This is my question, right? Like, so we used to be like not pretty hardcore Grant Cardone fans. I think it's cool that like, man, like he literally embodies no shame. He's like he embodies what we call table face, right? Which is
yeah.
go get
Like,
what you want for ask for it, right? The way he does it, not my preferred methodology,
yeah.
right? And for me, he do represents the car salesman, typical
Yeah.
guy, and that's what I don't like. Like I love sales, the sales ascender style, right? Like Sean and Chris. Like I love how they do it. Like actually building a meaningful relationship, and having the person on the other side's interest at mind, right? Like, hey, if we are not a fit, if I cannot help you, cool. I'm not gonna sell you anything. I'm gonna point you into the right direction. I think Grant Cardone is like, even if you don't fit my bill, like I'm gonna try to sell you, right? I think that's how he does it, which is the side of him that I don't like. Now, that being said, with that story, Ron, personally, like I know he doesn't mind talking like that, but in my mind, all I can think is like, maybe that worker, he wanted to just get fired. You know,
Here's the deal. I didn't mind how he was talking to me, but like it just took me back because I didn't ask for a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh,
That is
me,
the
man.
other thing. So that is the sales car guy talking for sure, right? He's like, okay, let me get a list of numbers and start calling people, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when we first started our social media marketing agency like 4 years ago, which is not what we do anymore. I was like, how do I sell Grant Cardone was one of the first ones that showed up in my screen.
Because he was loud.
And for me, I was like, oh, I need to cold call. I need to start cold calling people. And I will literally put my headset, my gaming headset, right? And I'll walk around the room and I'll be like, I'm ready to make a call. I'm ready to get rejected many times. Let's go. And then I'll call like 2 people. And then I'll be like, man, cold calling is not for me. I feel terrible. Right. But he does a lot of that. Like he preached the cold calling, so he probably gets. Fonzie's a gamer. I don't know if I consider myself a gamer.
No,
I enjoy playing games, so I don't think I'm a gamer.
Ask our staff. We're not gamers.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
But that's what he preaches. He preaches. So I'm sure he either bought a list from someone or and then did that. Non-gamer.
Nice.
I wish I could be a gamer, but
he is a table face.
Table face non-gamer.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's a cool.
Let's break into the next one.
Story.
Epic story.
Epico.
Resonate with. When we don't know where to start, we make.
All right, let me back it up a little bit.
You can write the ultimate ad to grow your business or a client's in just one day. The problem with writing a profitable script is most of us don't know how to write an ad that people will actually pay attention to and resonate with. When we don't know where to start, we make the critical mistake of focusing 90% of our time on how we look instead of what we say. Which is like buying a sports car with the engine of a lawnmower. Yeah, it might look great, but it's not going anywhere fast. In just 3 hours, we wrote this ad for our program, 14-Day Filmmaker, that is generating $30,000 per week. This ad for our Next Level Creators program generated over $3 million in 2 years and was also written in just 1 day and was filmed on a cheap $800 camera. This is another commercial we produced for a pest control business that's generating $10,000 per month consistently in new sales. Guess what? Written in 1 day, all following the same exact formula. Professional content creators who are able to write ads that sell time and time again don't pull out a blank piece of paper and start writing. They use a rinse and repeat process that can work for any type of offer or business. We see people trying to create ads all the time without this rinse and repeat process. They're spending days writing and shooting ads that lead to no sales. It can be extremely frustrating to waste time, energy, and money on something that doesn't produce results while you see your competition gaining traction with all of their content. So what do? You resort to copying your competition, which just leads to more noise in your marketplace and content that is filled with empty words. So the problem is you want to create content that helps you stand out from the competition and become your own unique brand while increasing your sales 365 days a year. This problem led us to create the first ever speed writing program for scripting and storyboarding the ultimate advertisement for your business in just 1 day. If you want to see everything this program includes, click the link below and get access today. What if you could write?
That's it. What do we think? It was a little bit on the longer side.
I like it.
I liked it.
I thought it was.
I liked everything about
good
it.
usage of graphics. I thought it was engaging.
Yeah, where's my wallet?
liked,
Holy smokes.
I think they did a great job. And if their script process is anything like what their ad is, I think that they've got a hit.
Yeah.
Just
Just in case you were wondering, this is the chop.
Yeah, I love how he was very visual with like he was saying something and then he would represent it visually. For us, like I love the sports car with the lawnmower, like I love it. Like or the shorts, like that's really great because he keeps the audience engaged, right? Like even if you might be tuning out just for a second, like he just re-engages you on these points of the ad. Yeah, and like I said, like he's selling his product through his product. I mean, it looks like so that's pretty cool too.
I had mixed feelings about it.
Ooh, I love it. That Fonzie always is the contrarian.
Yeah, polemic.
These are my thoughts about it. Like as an ad, I think is really good. I think it did miss in a few spots. Like for example, like he was talking about the script, yes, but people, for example, I'm relating the script to the ad. Needs an Oreo. I need a sticker. But you're talking about the script and you're showing the quality of the production of the ad. Immediately my mind goes to, okay, what if I can script a video in 1 day, but I cannot edit like this, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, but the guy driving the lawnmower was himself. That is really difficult to do for a newbie in an editing software, right? Having yourself standing right next to yourself driving a lawnmower. So for me, I was like,
think of that. Holy smokes!
I was like that there's some friction in there. And then he said, "Oh, we recorded this ad in a cheap $800 camera," and I was like, "Bro, like I've been there. $800 is not cheap for a camera, right? I mean, yes, there are cameras that are $50K, and there are cameras that the one that he's probably using that is like $5 to $10K, but $800 keeps being a lot of camera for a DSLR, right? But I think it would have been better, if you would have sent like with this ad that we recorded with a phone, for example.
That's what I was going. That's what I was going. The phone might be more expensive,
and a phone, exactly. A phone, it could be a $1,200 camera in a sense, right? Because at the end of the phones now, I feel like that's their only upgrades that they do is like, oh, new camera, every single month, a new phone with a new camera. But the way he presented those facts, I think it would have been a little bit more impactful. Now the reason, one of the reasons that I have mixed feeling about is because I think this ad is a straight copy of this one guy that he has a course called Full-Time Filmmaker.
I actually thought it was the same guy.
Yeah.
I was like,
it is indeed the same guy. Yeah.
It is? He's the same guy?
No, it's not the same. It's not the same guy. Because Full-Time Filmmaker, his name is Parker. He used to, I follow this guy religiously. Like I learned a lot of videography from this guy. And the ad is literally the same. It's like the same thing. Again, you could say he's modeling after success, which is a really cool thing, right? But again, those are my points. I think the ad works. I personally would have tuned out just because I'm like, he's copying Parker.
Emotional.
Yeah,
I got emotional.
No.
Like I got emotional.
But at the same time, within the ad, my rational points are the fact that the visuals, like you're preaching something that is supposed to be easy, yet your execution on it shows different, right?
Okay.
So I don't know. It's not like Frank Kern. That Frank Kern is like, dude, I got 4 slides and it's simple. And he's doing it with his phone too, and you're like, oh, I can do that too.
That was a $15,000 slideshow camera, though.
It was. That's that new hotness.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes of him recording this has like a whole rig of a camera. I was like, oh, look at my 4 slides.
I think Fonzie makes a great point because I mean, it's not something I really considered because I was engaged in the actual ad itself, and I was thinking to myself, wow, if they can get me anywhere near what this ad is, I think I'm looking pretty good. So they had me, but now that you've mentioned those things, yes, absolutely, those are excellent points, and I could definitely see where someone would watch that and be like, I don't think this is for me. This is probably someone who's maybe 6 or 7 steps ahead of where I'm at. I felt like it was maybe a little long, but I did feel like it really hit home.
Yeah, I think he does a pretty good job at keeping people's attention by changing the scenes really quickly. Yeah. I thought it was funny when the guy like grabbed the paper and he like threw it at the screen. I'm like, who does that? You know?
Fonzie does that. No.
Fonzie does that.
No, I'm wearing paper here.
I think the ad did its job in the sense of you're not buying from it, right? Like, so what products do they have? Is it a done for you where they can execute on that level? Is it a do it yourself training? Like, where is it that it is going to take you? And so for me, it actually was good enough that I would want to learn more, right? Yeah. Not anything that I would pull out my wallet like Ronham's going to pull out. But it was enough that I would want to learn more. And so I would want to click on something. I would want to go to a funnel, go to a sales page, go to a social media site, right? Like it got me engaged enough that I would definitely want to learn more to see where they would be. So,
yeah. And you just kind of like trigger another thought here real quick. That is the testimonials that he gave were of case studies that he did for them. It's like, we did this 1-day script instead of saying like, look at Susan right here. She used the 1-day script herself, and she did all these sales, right?
Good job, Susan.
So I think
You're welcome. I mean, I'm not Susan. I'm
you're
Luis.
Susan.
Okay.
Susano.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
But you know, like I think that again we are looking this with a very like analytical side of things, an analytical brain, and we're trying to find like all these reasons. But if he would have put those on us, I think he would have even a better chance of success. With this
Shyamalan twist. Luis is Susan.
Yeah, follow me at Susano. Wow, that's not so rumored, guys. Fancy, that was really good. We were just diluting your message with jokes. Just saying.
Oh no, I know. I'm like, oh, I was like, why did he copy the other guy?
Yeah, you guys pretty upset about that, man.
Make your opinions known. I like it. Well, that is it for us for today on Content Chop Shop. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Thank you for everyone that is watching out there. Let us know. Do you like this content? What do you want to see more of? Do you want us to review your videos? If you do, link them in the comments or message any one of us, and we will be glad to do so. Give you some comments, give you some advice, some suggestions, and get out there and sell something. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take it easy.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.